Hi guys, and welcome to Beauty Cakes, where we talk about all things beauty and curls. My name is Debbie, and for today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat, get ready with me kind of thing. I know I've been gone for like a really long time. I don't even remember the last video that I recorded, but basically I've been going through some things, so I thought I might as well just get ready and basically let you guys know what's going on. So I guess, yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm not really going to go through anything that I'm using. I will list everything that I'm using in the description below, just in case you're wondering. But yeah, so these past few months have been pretty crazy for me. I'm still pregnant. I'm on bed rest, which is not fun. And I've been on bed rest for, I think, like, how long have I been on bed? For like a month now. When I hit, I don't know, I think pretty sure I did mention this in like a previous video, but when my son was my youngest son now, when I was pregnant with him, I had him at 32 weeks. So I am at risk for preterm labor, which my doctors knew. So I was going to the doctors every 2 weeks since the beginning of my pregnancy, to ensure that my cervix was closed and that like nothing was happening. So I had my baby shower, and I think had my baby shower, I believe when I was like 30 or 31 weeks, just in case he came early. So I've been like prepared for this. So I'd like you know, my job knew that he may come early. I knew that he might come early, everything like that. We never found out from the other doctors why he came early. He just came early and they couldn't stop it. So he had to be in the NICU for like, I want to say like 2 weeks after I had him, to make sure that he could breathe on his own and he was eating correctly and gaining weight. So I definitely didn't want that to happen again. It was kind of traumatizing when that happened to me for my second son. So I definitely didn't want that to happen again. So like I said, I was going to the doctors every 2 weeks. Funny enough, as soon as I hit 32 weeks, I go to the doctors, I'm feeling fine. And I go in for my regular checkup, only to find out that my cervix is wide open. So the doctor, you know, like the sonogram tech comes in, and she's like, and I saw it, like, as soon as she put the sonogram thing inside of me, I saw that it was open, and I had seen before that, like, you know, it was long and closed like it was supposed to be, but this time it wasn't. So she kind of like freaked out and was like, I have to get the doctor because your cervix is like open. So she grabs the doctor, and the doctor comes in, and she's like, are you feeling okay? Like, are you sure? You need to go to the hospital right now. So I ended up having to like call out of work that day and then go to the hospital. And I was feeling fine, honestly. My husband was a little freaked out, and he was actually a lot freaked out. So I went to the hospital. I was 1 centimeter dilated. I wasn't having any contractions or anything, so they monitored me for a while, and then since nothing was like changing, they went ahead and sent me home, and basically told me that I needed to, you know, take things easy. So at the time, I wasn't on bed rest yet, but yeah, so I, you know, continued to go to work. Everything was fine. And then I had to, I think it was like I had to come back in like 2 weeks or something. Yeah, for my 2 week, because at the time I was going to the doctors every 2 weeks. So I had to come back in 2 weeks. So I went back in 2 weeks, and at the time, like, my boss at work, she was on vacation, and she, you know, she told me like, oh, if anything changes, like, you know, let me know or whatever. Because I am one of the supervisors at my job. So I go in for my regular appointment, you know, like not thinking anything, and basically the doctor was like, no, you need to You need to be at home. You cannot be on your feet. You can't be doing anything. No cooking, no cleaning, no nothing. So that was really devastating. I'm not the type of person that's like a stay-at-home mom. I've never been that kind of person, or like a stay-at-home wife. So it's a little frustrating when you're used to doing everything and being so independent to be told that you can no longer do anything. It's taken a toll on me, honestly. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that. A lot of people are like, oh, like, stop, take advantage of it. Like, you'll appreciate it, like, once the baby comes, because you won't have time to do this and this. I've never been like that. I don't like sitting still. I like to do things. I'm also like, the type of person that I like to have my friends over. Like, I like to entertain and things like that. And it's been a very lonely 4 weeks. Let's just say that. It's been a very lonely 4 weeks. It's not fun, because the way that my apartment is set up is, I don't know why they're built this way, but I live in a townhome apartment. So downstairs we have a pantry, the living room, the dining room, and then the kitchen. And there's no bathroom upstairs. We have 2 master bathrooms upstairs and then like 2 master bedrooms. So I'm not supposed to be going up and down the stairs. So I've, had to stay upstairs, which it's not fun being confined to one room. And then like when you're big pregnant, you have to pee all the time. So basically I had to stay up here, I can only like go down, like my husband was home to make, so he could make sure that I was okay going up and down the stairs. And then then after that, after I was put on bed rest, I believe a few days later, I had another scare. I woke up contracting basically, and I went to the bathroom, and I could feel like my stomach tightening, and my contractions were painful, but they weren't like that painful. And I remember like with my second son, sorry, I had waited way too long to go to the hospital, because I was a lot younger and I wasn't really sure what was going on, because it was too early. So I like waited a while, but it basically, sorry if this is TMI, it basically felt like I had to take the biggest shit of my life that time. And my cats are trying to break into the room. I had them in here and they didn't want to stay in here. So it felt like I had to take the biggest shit of my life, and I was in lots of pain. This time, like, I woke up, I think it was like at 2 or something, and I felt like I went to go use the bathroom. I thought I had to, go number 2, and I sat there for like 20 minutes, and like I said, I wasn't like in a lot of pain. I could feel the contractions. So I waited like 20 minutes, and then I thought about it, and I was like, it's happening again. So wake up my husband, wake up the kids, basically go to the hospital, and I had to stay there for about 24 hours, a little over, as they basically tried to stop me from going into labor. It was successful. Yeah, it was successful. They put me on some kind of medication. It was like a pill, because I remember with my other son, they gave me like a shot, but this time they gave me a pill, and that helped stop the contractions. Then they became sporadic, help my uterus rest, and then I was able to send home. And then they also gave me, I think I've gotten like 2 doses of steroid shots, just in case he did come early, so that his lungs would be developed. I'm talking so much. And yeah, so I went home, stayed on bed rest. Then I believe last week or the week before, I had like another scare. And at that point I was 35 weeks, and they told me that they were going to see what the doctor said, but basically that they've done everything that they can do. I've had my steroid shots, and that if he comes, he comes.
but they weren't going to do anything to induce me, because they couldn't. And then I think my doctor came in and they ended up deciding that they were going to try and stop the contractions, since they weren't as frequent or as hard and I wasn't dilating. And that point they gave me the shot to stop it. I don't remember what the shot was called. They gave me the shot to stop it, and then I came back home within a few hours, so that's fine. So now I am 37 weeks. I'm 37 weeks in 1 day. I am really big pregnant, and it's like not fun at all. And it's hot, so that's not fun either. And, you know, I had my doctor's appointment today, and they're basically like, well, you're measuring, they're like, you're full term, so that's awesome, but you're measuring 39 weeks. I mean, yeah, my belly, I guess, was measuring bigger last time, so they measured again this time, because I'm going weekly now, and she was like, you're already measuring 39 weeks. So at this point, we're going to wait another week and do a scan. If he's getting too big, then we're going to go ahead and induce you versus him coming naturally. So that's basically where I am right now. I went from them not wanting him to come to now he needs to come. So I'm still on bed rest because they, you know, want me to wait another week. And I guess next week they'll see whether they want him to come or not. So that's been fun. I have like everything ready for him to come. Like I'm ready for him to come. I'm so ready for him to come. I like feel bad for my husband because I know what it is to get lost in making sure everyone else is okay, that you don't make sure you're okay. And like, you know, I guess like as a woman, you kind of like notice that more. So like I've been noticing that more, you know, like he has to make sure that, you know, like I have everything that I need before he goes to work. You know, he has to make sure that the kids have everything that they need. You know, and then he also has to make sure he has everything that he needs. Then he has to come home, and then, you know, he has to make sure that the kids got everything done that they needed to do. You know, he has to make sure he cooks and cleans and maintains the house. Also, while, you know, making sure that everyone's okay. And so it's easy for him to get lost in himself. All I'm saying is that I thank God that this pregnancy was planned and that we took all the precautions that we needed to, you know, because I can't even imagine like people that are like, you know, women who don't have any kind of insurance or anything, or any kind of maternity leave or anything like that, and they get put on bed rest, because that's a month of no pay, you know, and on top of that, like, you know, the 6 weeks that they may already have to go with no pay. So I just like, I'm very thankful that this was planned, that this pregnancy was planned, and that we knew that these things may happen, so that we're not like, you know, struggling or anything like that. I'm gonna be right back and do my eyebrows. All right, so I did my eyebrows, my eyeliner, and my mascara. I'm trying out this new Fenty, the new eyeliners. It looks good in the camera so far, but I'm not really sure how I like it. But anyways, so as I was saying, I'm very thankful that this pregnancy was planned, because again, I can only imagine if it wasn't. And like I said, I was, you know, put on bed rest, and my husband was the only source of income. It would be a struggle. But yeah, and you know, my kids have also had to do a lot. This whole family has had to like step up. My oldest son, he's 10 and he's had to learn how to do laundry and wash dishes. So that's fun, and he's
he's a lazy boy. So, and you know, my younger son, he's learned how to like pack their lunches and basically fold clothes. So they've been good, you know, and it's, you know, the more that I think about it, it's important to teach all of your kids, you know, boy, girl, whatever, all that stuff, because you know that's basic life skills. They're gonna need to know that stuff when they move out on their own or whatever. But you know, I'm thankful that we did teach them that stuff before I did have to go on bed rest, because it's helped a lot. Like I can only imagine the piles of laundry that I have if I wouldn't have did that, you know. So yeah, so it's been a struggle. I've been okay, I guess. Not so, like I said, it's not, I get that people are like, oh, you know, like you should appreciate that, you know, that, oh, your husband's like doing everything, and that, you know, like you're off your feet and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yeah, but that's not me, you know? And my husband, like, he's the main breadwinner, you know? So he works long hours. He brings home most of the money. He spoils me and the kids, you know? So I don't mind, you know, cooking and cleaning and stuff for him and everything like that, you know? So I don't know, it makes me feel useless, and it's depressing. Say it like, you know, I don't want to say it like that, but it is. It's depressing to lay in a room and be basically helpless all day and have to rely on other people when I don't like to. I don't like to rely on other people. You know, I'm like, I can do it myself. But with that being said, you know, it's been good. He's gotten it done. We've built everything for the baby. Everything's ready for the baby. I'm ready for the baby. I'm ready for him to come out. I'm like, I feel so big. I'm over it. I'll show you guys my belly in a minute, but I'm so over it. And there's not much that I can do. So I've like bought all this makeup, and then like, you know, sometimes it's like I feel good, and then sometimes it's like all I want to do is sleep, and then, you know, I get like depressed, and I'm like, oh, what's the point? And so that's why I haven't been filming. Honestly, you know, it's not, bed rest isn't fun, and it's not fun when, you know, you're put on it for months at a time, and I can only imagine other women who have to deal with it for longer time. It's not fun. It's not fun at all, and I don't recommend it unless, I mean, I guess you're someone that likes to lay around all the time. I'm not. I'm definitely not that person. But yeah, so I'll show you guys my belly right now. I really don't know how I feel about this. Oh, and then 1 week, like I think one of the days that we were at, the week that we were at the hospital for 24 hours, like I guess we had been building stuff because I had been to the hospital a few weeks before. So we were like, if he comes, like we need to have everything ready. So my husband had been like building things, and we like still had stuff coming in from the baby shower, and like, you know, washing the baby clothes and like all this stuff, preparing my hospital bag. And I guess like with all that, my husband didn't realize that he had like overstretched his ligament or something like that. Yeah, and then I think like later on in the week, his leg started hurting, and then he had to go to the hospital. That's why those crutches are there, because they were his. He was like in a lot of pain. So we've been going through it, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys my belly. I'm 37 weeks and 1 day, and ready for this baby to come out. So let's see. It looks so big, guys. That is my baby boy in there in all his glory. So yeah, so that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this little chit chat get ready with me. Like I said, I didn't really like name any makeup products. I am about to like really sit here and like record a bunch of videos because I've been like, I have the energy to do it. I'm feeling great. I have like so much stuff that I've been like trying and playing with since I haven't been able to do anything. So that's fun. And I love you guys. I will see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already. And until next time, bye guys.